Thanksgiving is a time for fun, family, and most notably, tons of food. Well, it's a meal anticipated all year long and a day popularly seen as when we can let loose with what we eat a little bit. When we go ahead and eat tons of extra calories and a lot of extra sugar, we often end up with a little something called food guilt. It's that pit in your stomach and that mental food shaming fest after you eat a big meal. So let's talk about how to stop it. Hey guys, Izzy here and welcome back to my Sugar Balanced Living series. So as you likely know by now, Thanksgiving is right around the corner and it's definitely seen as a time of year where a little bit of gluttony is okay. And who are we kidding? We have been waiting all year long for that rosemary sage stuffing and those Yorkshire puddings. And eating a ton is great while it lasts, but if you're like me, all the overeating can bring on a little inner shaming and food guilt. You know, like when you tell yourself things like, I'm disgusting, I ate way too much pie, or I'm going to be good and skip the gravy, or I've been way too bad with my dinner today, so no carb for me all of next week. You just get this overwhelming feeling of failure and self-loathing for what you've done, and it can really consume your thoughts. Then you make a plan with yourself to never give into a craving again. It's like restricting your diet to the extreme is the only way to stay on track with your low sugar diet or your route to weight loss. But the worst part is that all of this negativity causes you to eat more rather than less the next time you eat to make yourself feel better, which knocks you off track and even further reduces your self-esteem. And then the cycle continues. I've certainly been through enough holiday meals like this myself, and it is not fun. It's most definitely not healthy, especially during a holiday where you're supposed to be feeling relaxed and connected to family. It's a time for enjoyment and not self-shaming. That's why I wanted to get a little bit more personal today and talk about the ways I've managed to get past food guilt and build a healthier relationship with Thanksgiving and the food that comes with it. It's something that I struggled with while I was working to lose 20 plus pounds. It's something that I struggled with when I was trying to break my sugar addiction. And I have to admit that it's still something that arises every so often in my head, even these days now I'm past that. But food guilt is also something that I'm in a really healthy place with right now, and I want to share exactly how I've got there and how I deal with that nagging voice specifically during the holiday and Thanksgiving break. First of all, go into it with acceptance and compassion. I always go into a treat day or even a treat weeks with acceptance, and Thanksgiving is no different. I accept that I'm not going to be eating cleanly the whole entire time and, eating zero sugar or no carbs, and that's okay. I accept that I might feel really full and that the next day or week I might have a little bit of temporary weight. A treat day is not a failure, it's just a planned hiccup. Don't feel like you need to apologize to yourself or to anyone else. Instead, be kind. I like to tell myself a positive mantra like, it's okay that I ate some cheesecake, and then reaffirm to myself that I'm still doing right by myself and my goals by saying something like, next week I'll be eating my healthy diet and working on my food balance. It's about trusting yourself that it's okay to let go, and by brushing the doubt aside by recommitting to whatever you're working to achieve with your diet. Next up, release yourself from restriction and really enjoy everything that you decide to eat, no matter how bad you think that food is. One of the most common reasons we end up feeling guilty or ashamed about what we've eaten is because we've set all these food rules and boundaries as to what we can or cannot eat. When we feel we can't have something, it just makes us humans want it even more. I found personally that when I tell myself that a food is off limits or forbidden or shouldn't be eaten under any circumstance, I wind up just thinking about it even more and then secretly cramming a ton of it down, feeling horrible about myself while I do it, and ashamed of myself once it's done. I've eaten the food and I didn't even enjoy it, so it doesn't make sense, does it? Instead, pick the foods that you love and enjoy them like crazy. You can always eat smaller amounts, but what does it matter if you eat a little bit more than you were planning to? It's Thanksgiving. You've already accepted that your diet won't be 100% perfect and that it's okay. It's a holiday, it only comes once a year. Don't tell yourself that the cranberry sauce is off limits or that you can't have any stuffing. This food has meaning to you. It's part of your tradition. Have fun and savor it. No one's judging you and you shouldn't judge yourself. Anyway, once you've mentally allowed yourself to let go, you probably won't even be craving that food as much as you thought you would, or eating as much as this or that. It's only the idea that you can't eat it and have to cram it down before your treat time is over that makes you crave a food so much. The odds are that if you don't let yourself eat or enjoy that stuffing, you'll feel like you missed out, which brings me to my last bit of advice. Look at the whole picture. Try to bring happiness and gratitude to the situation and look at it as a whole. What you're eating in this one moment does not define who you are or your life. You're not an unhealthy or fat person just because you enjoyed your Thanksgiving to the fullest. Ask yourself, are you worth less as a person just because you ate more for a couple of days? Does overeating a little bit once ruin your health for good? If I'm feeling guilty before dinner, I remember that my family and I spent time together making memories, putting this food together. Next week I'll be eating normally and not letting my diet spiral into a mess. And that in 10 years, what I will remember was that I was able to enjoy and share with my family, and not that I ate too much sugar or that I didn't count my calories. I love to cook, bake, and eat with my family, and it's not every day that I get to do it up like this. I want to enjoy this moment in its fullest. I want to enjoy my mum's potatoes. I want to try the cheesecake that I spent an entire day making. In fact, one of the things I remember and I regret the most from when I was going through an eating disorder is that one Christmas I didn't take part in the little surprise my parents put together for the family by getting our favorite chocolates. It was only a few pieces, but I didn't touch them, and I felt like disconnected and down the whole time we sat at the table. Bring gratitude to the food you eat and for the effort that was put in to make it, and appreciate that you can just take part in this moment and enjoy it. Life is for living, so don't feel guilty or shame yourself for doing so. You'll always remember those special moments. And that's how I like to deal with my Thanksgiving food guilt, my thoughts, tips, and such. I hope I was able to give you some positive advice and useful tips to help you get rid of that nasty shame. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you have any thoughts or questions about holiday food guilt. I always read every single question and comment because one thing that I am thankful for this Thanksgiving is you guys. If you're struggling with food or sugar cravings and would like a little help, please do check out my totally free sugar balance and wellness challenge. It's 5 days of simple, actionable, and I dare say fun steps for creating a total mind and body wellness, as well as reducing any sugar cravings you may have without restrictions, so that you can still enjoy the holiday foods you love while still feeling your healthiest self. When you join, you'll get free workbooks, a recipe and a shopping guide, as well as daily journaling prompts and my free beginner's guide to journaling. And you also get access to my Facebook support group with live trainings and Q&As. If that isn't enough, you also get a free 6th bonus day. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and join by clicking the link below in the description. And don't forget to check out my Sugar Balance Living series playlist to learn more about advice, tips, and facts about sugar balance and beating sugar addiction that can help you keep on creating your healthiest, most balanced, and most importantly, happiest life. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later.